I'm exhausted.
Why?
Because we were woken up at, I guess it was by 5 o'clock in the morning, 2 nights in a row by a beeping noise, but like a loud beeping noise that starts kind of low. I mean, loud enough to wake you, but then it gets louder and louder if you don't get to it quickly. And it happened 2 nights in a row. So the HVAC unit in our apartment building has like this little beeper thing that they stick in there, and it's a moisture sensor basically in case the unit starts leaking and it senses water, it starts beeping. But first it starts like beep beep, and then suddenly it's beep beep, and it's like getting louder and louder. And the thing is, we have the air conditioning on all day long. Why doesn't it beep at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Why does it always beep at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning? It's like it knows. It's like it's set on annoy. So it's not just set for moisture. It's set for how could I ruin these people's day?
Well, that's like the fire alarm beep. It only goes off at 2 a.m. So what did you do?
I woke up Joe.
But if this has happened twice, then it shouldn't have happened more than once.
Okay, so the first time, usually it says there's moisture in there. It just means you need to clean the tray, and there's a filter in there. You pull the filter out, you clean the filter, you put everything back in. It's fine.
Right.
Not a problem. So it woke us both at 5 o'clock in the morning the first night, and we just turned it off for then, woke up later, and we completely cleaned it. We vacuumed it. We took the water out. We have like 20 towels piled up getting moldy in the bathroom because of it. So we're like, oh, ka-ching, we did it. So we stick the thing back in. We put the AC back on. We're like, oh, I guess we fixed it. But no, 24 hours later, this morning, it waited until, again, like 4:30 in the morning, and we had just fallen asleep at like 2. Like we were finally out. We couldn't fall asleep, finally fell asleep.
Right.
4:30 in the morning, it starts going off again. And the two of us are walking around all day like zombies. I had an appointment today. I left my phone at home. I forgot my phone. My brain is so turned off from not sleeping. I left somewhere without my phone.
There hasn't been moisture in that apartment in 8-9 years. There's no reason for it to go off ever.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, maybe it's just a dead battery at this point.
So did you have somebody come up there?
Yes, we had to. And there's a whole protocol where like they come in the room and you go out because you got to stay 6 feet. Everybody has to wear a mask. Yeah, it's a whole huge thing. And then they leave and you got to clean with Clorox afterwards. It's like this whole big, back in the day, somebody would just come up, you'd sit there with them, you'd BS for a little while, you'd give them some tea or coffee or whatever, and then they'd go on their way. No, now the building has a whole protocol. So it's like I'm not allowed in my own apartment while they're working.
Did they fix it?
Yes.
You sure?
Well, ish. They did everything they could do. It does need some professional work that we're just going to ignore for now.
Okay. Can you take the beeper out of it?
Yes, but then if the thing leaks, it can leak all over our carpet down into the apartment below us, and then we're responsible for it.
Yeah, I really don't care. I'm taking the beeper out. Screw the beeper. You don't have a beeper in anything that can wake me up.
Yeah. No, it's really awful. And the worst thing is, like, you'll have a neighbor. A lot of New Yorkers have left New York, so they're at their summer houses or their country houses or wherever the heck they are, but they've left the air conditioning on for some bizarre reason, or they're just gone for a week or something. So you'll have an apartment and the thing will start beeping and there's nobody living there.
Oh.
Yeah, you just hear beeping through the wall. You're like, oh, great, my neighbor in Connecticut, who's in Connecticut now.
So what happens when their fire alarm goes off? Because the batteries are dead, it just keeps going and going and going until somebody breaks into that apartment and fixes it.
Right. I mean, the building has a master key so they can get in. The downside is that there's only one person on at night, so they won't do it at night. It has to be during the day. So if the thing starts beeping at, 11 o'clock at night, you got to wait until 8 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah, I have a master key if it's my neighbor, too. It's my boot.
Right.
Getting in there and fixing that if it's going off next door to me.
Yeah.
Watch, it's going to wake you up again. That's going to be great.
Well, maybe I'll do what you say. Maybe I'll just take it out of there.
I would
Just to get a good night's sleep.
nothing except for the fire alarm should beep. The only
Right.
thing that should beep in a house is a fire alarm and your alarm that you set to wake you up. Everything else can go to hell.
Well, Joe's not really happy with me right now because so we had this 2 night in a row thing with the HVAC unit. About 3 days ago, I decided to clean the room, our bedroom. I completely cleaned it top to bottom. And we have this new alarm clock that sits in the corner. But since we never set it, because, nobody, we don't wake up at any specific time anymore. And also, we use our phones if we want to wake up.
What's time? At
Right,
this point,
what is time in 2020 anyway? What's the difference? So I was cleaning this new alarm clock that really we just got it for a clock so that we can look up and see what time it is, like when you're
Right.
bleary-eyed and you can't grab your phone, whatever. And I guess because I don't really know how to work an actual physical alarm clock, as I was cleaning it, I must have switched on the alarm. And I guess somehow my hand chose 7 a.m. So a few nights ago or a few mornings ago, suddenly 7 a.m., there's another thing beeping. We didn't know what it was because we'd never heard this alarm go off before. So we both sprang out of bed and we're looking everywhere.
So 3 mornings in a row, you've been woken up
For
by-
this week, yeah. So that's
Okay.
why I apologize. We're starting the show tonight with me just absolutely exhausted.
Oh, poor you. You actually had to wake up early. I feel so bad for you.